In mid-November, President Trump announced that he would be reversing one of Obama's bans, which prohibited imports of trophies from dead animals from Zimbabwe and Zambia into the United States. This was met with so much public backlash that he responded on November 17th, stating that the repeal of this ban would be put on hold until further consideration. I've always been passionate about respecting animals and wildlife, and especially after my family's trip to Tanzania this summer, I've become increasingly attached to the topic of protecting this species. Therefore, through this video, I am hoping to inform about characteristics of elephants and the current population of this species, what factors are threats to their survival, and what organizations are presently in place and working towards raising awareness of the potential extinction of these remarkable animals. To understand how important it is that we protect these phenomenal animals, it is important to discuss what makes them so unique to our Earth and how many of them are left currently. Elephants are the largest land mammals and are so intelligent that their behavior can display a range of human emotions such as selflessness, grieving for lost family members, compassion, and they are even fun-loving creatures who enjoy playing with one another. There are two species left of elephants on the Earth, the African and Asian elephant, and they both reside in their respective namesake continents in sub-Saharan habitats, rainforests, or deserts. Being the biggest land mammal, the average elephant stands anywhere from 8.2 to 13 feet tall and weighs in anywhere from 2.5 to 7 tons. Some key components of their massive bodies are their large ears, trunks, and tusks. Their ears can be used to radiate heat away from their body, and their trunks, which alone contain nearly 100,000 muscles, can be used to suck in water to drink or to spray on their bodies to bathe or cool off, as well as lift the tons of grass they eat per day to their mouths. Their tusks, the highly desirable part for poachers, are made up of ivory and are modified incisors that grow throughout an elephant's lifetime. They are not born with tusks, but they grow as they age, being an excellent quick indicator of how old an elephant roughly is. For elephants, they are useful to dig for things such as salt, water, and roots, to carve into trees to mark their territories, and on occasion to fight. An elephant's lifespan is typically anywhere from 50 to 70 years, but there has been elephants known to live longer than that, and the oldest one recorded was 86 when it died. Pregnancy for elephants, however, is the longest gestation period out of any other animal, taking 22 months, and at the time of birth, baby elephants weigh an average of 260 pounds. The baby will gain 2 to 3 pounds every day until its first birthday and will be old enough to reproduce between the ages of 13 and 20. Now that we have discussed important characteristics of them, it is important to know how many we have left. It is believed that more than 100,000 Asian elephants existed at the beginning of the 20th century, but over 3 generations, their population has decreased by 50%, and 40,000 to 50,000 Asian elephants remain. Furthermore, as of 2014, the Red List of Threatened Species of the International Union for Conservation of Nature classified the Asian elephants as endangered. African elephants, on the other hand, are classified as vulnerable and remain in higher numbers. Even in some parts of Africa, the population of elephants seem to be increasing. However, in parts such as Central and East Africa, the numbers of elephants are decreasing, and there are only an estimated of 415,000 left on the continent. According to Terry Garcia, the Chief Science and Exploration Officer at National Geographic, in their video, Why Elephants May Go Extinct in Your Lifetime, we lose 100 elephants per day to poaching and upwards of 300,000 every year. It is evident, therefore, that the overall population of this species is in danger of imminent extinction, but there is more than one factor contributing to their shrinking numbers. Poaching and hunting elephants hit its peak between the 1970s and the 1990s, when the death toll of these animals made the population shrink from 1.3 million to 600,000 in Africa. Over time, certain laws have caused the rapidly declining numbers of elephants to stabilize, but has not fixed the problem entirely. Elephants are slaughtered and left while the poachers take their tusks made of ivory to sell, because ivory has commonly been a desirable gift to show status. While it is illegal to hunt elephants in Africa, that has not stopped so many from engaging in the activity. I remember from my time spent within Tanzania's Tarangire National Park, the largest elephant population within the country, how our guide explained that even with so many park rangers constantly patrolling, the park's 200,000 square kilometers proved to be too much to consistently monitor, and they still hear gunshots regularly from poachers invading these animals' homes. Another major cause for the decline in population of elephants is the constant habitat loss they are experiencing for a number of reasons, most brought on by humans. This brings about a number of life-threatening conditions for herds of elephants. Population growth of humans is a leading cause for habitat loss because as the number of people increases, the need for them to take up space to live on and grow crops increases as well. As a direct result, there is less food and the rates of reproduction declines because the lack of food takes a serious toll on the animal's ability to procreate. This also causes fragmentation, meaning herds begin to travel in tinier groups that are too small in numbers to survive. Knowing this, there are many people and organizations showing strong support for elephant conservation. Behind Ellen DeGeneres' Twitter hashtag #BeKindToElephants is the support of the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, the most successful orphan elephant rescue and rehabilitation program in the world and one of the pioneering conservation organizations for wildlife and habitat protection in East Africa. The main premise of this organization is their orphans program, and they have successfully raised elephants through the hard work of their team members and have integrated them back into the wild, protecting them while they were growing against poaching and suffering from loss of habitat. Another organization is Save the Elephants, which was founded in 1993 to protect elephants and foster a tolerant relationship between humans and elephants. In 2013, this organization created the Elephant Crisis Fund with the Wildlife Conservation Network in recognition that poaching elephants was a bigger problem than the organization could handle themselves. By December of 2016, the Elephant Crisis has made amazing strides, funding 114 projects as well as 14 different organizations in 25 different countries all over Asia and Africa. In conclusion, elephants are an incredible part of our world's wildlife that have the potential of becoming the next generation's dinosaurs without the world being aware of how poaching and loss of habitat are affecting their population. Through the work of many organizations and with the help of many concerned people, hopefully the number of elephants will stabilize and we can see this species thrive for longer than currently projected.